Hey everybody!
Hey everyone, this is Jameshopper Maddiefacture on our first non-Shadows of the Damned live stream. Today we're going to be doing the Margaret and Alice battles from No More Heroes 2. And right now, as you can see, we've got Travis just kind of gently tweaking around in his hotel room.
Yeah, hey guys, let's pick Travis's outfit, okay? I'm gonna start with that. What should... Yes, this is the jiggliest game. You know what? I don't think I have the no shirt one, so we're gonna have to. We're not. I couldn't buy all the clothes. Which jacket do we want though?
Go ahead and put your preferences in chat, and we'll try to
Red.
accommodate which gets the most votes
Alright.
or whatever.
Well, we'll go old school. Pants. Going through them until someone says something. Techno. I have techno? No, wait, that's not an option. Cybercell, is that what you mean? We'll go with Cybercell. I think that's what that person meant by techno. Sunglasses.
I feel like at least the pants, some of these may actually have been based on Suda's wardrobe, because I swear I've seen him wear some of this exact stuff before.
Make him the biggest fashion disaster. Wah. Someone said wah. Okay, wah glasses. For t-shirt, okay, for t-shirt, someone just pick like a number from 1 to 102. Someone just type in a number and we'll get whatever that is. 70. Alright, lock on radio. That is his shirt. Alright, we need his wristband.
Other congratulations to DJ P. Del Tondo for finally beating No More Heroes 3 on both PS4 and PS5 versions.
Wow.
I still have yet to beat it even on the Switch version, so you're way ahead of me, man.
Nerd. Nerd wristband. Okay, got his belt. Yeah, I have like almost everything. It costs a lot of money to fill out his wardrobe. I think the choices for these are going to be the same for shoes, so.
By the way, if anybody happens to remember the different versions of shoes, go ahead and put your preferences in chat here.
Yeah, we just need 2 more choices. Next time I'm just gonna ask for numbers. Alright, if we don't get anything in the next 10 seconds, I'm just gonna pick something. 3. Rolled the dice and got 7. Okay, we'll do 7, we'll get nerd belt, and we'll do 3 for shoes. Alright.
Honestly, I'm really proud of you guys. Once
Beautiful.
Maddie asked for numbers, nobody put in 69. I was like, that's definitely going to be like the first number that comes up. But
No More
you
Heroes,
guys are much more
No More
mature than
Heroes
I am.
fans are very classy.
Obviously.
You know, honestly, this is not a bad outfit. He's got like some kind of like lime green vibe going on. Alright, let's go. Okay, so yeah, first we are going off to the supermarket ones. Fight against Margaret Light.
One of the bigger differences in this game between in comparison with No More Heroes 1 and 3 is that there's actually no standard kind of traditional open world elements to this. Actually, some of you might already know this, but they originally had planned on including a bunch of open world stuff. But partway through development, they were like, okay, we've got so much stuff we want to add to the game, so many things we want to do. we're gonna have to start deciding what we're gonna keep in, what we're gonna cut out, what we're gonna focus on, and they had meetings with the developers themselves and the publisher, and we're like, okay, it's it sucks to have to do this, and it's going to be kind of hard, but I think we're going to have to get rid of the open world stuff in order to focus more on, for example, adding multiple playable characters, giving Travis different options for weapons, stuff like that. So yeah, open world was one of the choices that they made for cuts to the game. But yeah, it's kind of again, it's kind of one of the more major changes between No More Heroes 1 and 2 is the lack of just regular ass running around Santa Destroy open world stuff.
Special delivery.
They also clearly decided to put a lot more focus on the whole magical physics thing, which I guess it's whether or not you're willing to give up open world for that is a personal a matter of personal preference. But a lot of people seem to enjoy the constant random ass jiggle physics. So there's that.
Yeah, do you want to talk about Travis's weapons real quick?
Yeah, actually, Travis in this game has 4 different types of beam katanas he's able to use. There's the Bloodberry, the Camellia MK3, the Peony, and the Rose Nasty. And he's actually got an option to use 2 swords at once, which, put simply, they decided to add that option in simply because it was the second entry in the series. And they're like, hey, it's No More Heroes 2, let's let him use 2 swords.
Then why didn't they give him 3 in the 3rd game?
I'm thinking it's probably a mixture of they forgot about that idea from the second one since so much time had passed, and also because that would just be a big old thing and nobody wanted to deal with it, you know?
Yeah, the double swords is definitely my favorite. Except the his finisher where you have to use both swords is, I still like struggle trying to get it. By the way, if you can't see, I'm playing on the Wii and using the motion controls because that's the only way you should play this game.
Oh, old school.
I mean, sorry, not Wii, Switch.
Okay, I was kind of surprised for a second. Yeah, this is but the important thing is this is not a ROM.
The important thing is that motion controls.
Yeah. And also not a ROM, just for various legal reasons.
Like, especially the wrestling moves, I have so much more fun if you do it with the motion controls. Unless I can't get it. Like,
I've only ever played the series with the motion controls, so I can't really imagine just kind of jiggling and stuff like that.
that's just, it's so satisfying.
Gary View says, James, do you have any insight on why the famous Garden of Bandits line was changed to Garden of Insanity in No More Heroes 3? Honestly, that was on me. I can tell you why. When I was localizing Travis Strikes Again and later on No More Heroes 3, I kept having to go back and forth between all these different reference materials I had on whether it was Garden of Insanity or Garden of Madness. And I also asked a couple people involved in development of both games several times, okay, so which is the official one in English, because it could go either way. And I kept getting multiple answers. And in the end, I was like, okay, you know what? I'm kind of feeling like this right now, so for this line, I'm going to go with this. And whatever I decided for that line, that's what stuck for each respective game. That's pretty much it. It was a
It's all James.
choice. So if anybody was upset about that, that's totally on me, not on Suda or the dev team or anything.
So, we just activated one of the special lottery effects there. Do you have info about all his special kind of modes that he can go into?
I've got a bit. Yeah, we actually for this live stream, I spoke with Nobutaka Ichiki, who is the director of No More Heroes 2, who also he still works at Grasshopper. He's technically my my boss. I talk with him every day, but he gave me a whole bunch of info about a bunch of stuff. One thing that he gave me a bunch of info on was dark side mode and the slot reel and stuff like that. So there's a couple different things that a couple different moves Travis can pull off. Travis can pull off when going into dark side mode and using a slot reel. There's nuts, berry, milk, blancmange, strawberry on the shortcake, blueberry cheese brownie, cranberry chocolate sundae, and gooseberry sugar donut. And if I'm being honest with you, I can never remember which is which. Each one comes out, or each one pops up depending on what you hit on the slot reel, or I believe nuts, berry, milk, blancmange is available once your tension gauge hits 100%. And the tension gauge is, I believe, something that was also added newly to No More Heroes 2.
Yeah, the tension gauge is our little tiger boy in the bottom right corner. Actually don't know. He's actually covered up by James's face, but he's there.
Sorry about that. Also, when one of the other features, the newer features to No More Heroes 2 is Travis's ability to turn into a tiger. There's one of the differences between the Japanese, sorry, the Japanese version and the overseas versions of this game is due to the subtle differences in requirements for the different ratings for games. In the Western versions, and I could be wrong about this. If I'm wrong, again, you can blame Mr. Ichiki because this is who I heard this from. But if this info is correct, in the Western versions, Travis turns into a tiger and can do stuff like, slice dudes with his claws and rip out their throats with his teeth.
Yeah, he can just like eat people's faces. That's really cool. I'm hoping we get the tiger at some point during this.
In the Japanese version, though, because of the different requirements for limits on gore and stuff like that, when you can do the claw thing, just the same as the Western version, but when he rips out people's throats, the camera kind of pans off to the side a bit, so they don't really fully show it, I guess, because the publisher and rating board were both like, no, you can't really do that. So
wow.
that's one of the slight differences between the Japanese and Western versions.
I love how everything in this game and a tiger ripping out a guy's throat. It's like, sorry, that's a little too much.
I mean, you can totally slice dudes in half. that's completely fine. But a tiger biting a guy, that's going a bit too far, I guess. The streamer Dito says Guard of Insanity sounds more cool. Thanks. Again, that was my mistake / success, depending on your point of view. So I appreciate that.
On my way. Help! Special delivery.
Excellent. Oh, here we go. We just got strawberry on the shortcake. This one's like ultra fast. You can just slice up guys. It's pretty cool. We kept getting the triple bells before, which is one where you can like fire like energy balls from your sword. That one's pretty cool too. Really hoping we land the tiger though, because that one's my favorite.
The bell one is the blueberry cheese brownie, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
And these are all the attack names are also based on Pure White Lover Bizarre Jelly, which is Travis's favorite anime.
Trendy Burger says the wiggly weenie thing, the wiggly weenie in the upper right is distracting me. I'm glad I'm not the only one that's been.
Yeah, sorry. Is the sad weenie making you sad? Let me charge. Let me charge. Get them all happy again. Is that better?
There we go.
He only stays happy for like a split second, because that's how he's only happy when your beam katana's fully charged. And then he becomes a little sad weenie.
Like Toya says, Maddie, I still have your NMH stickers on my skateboard. Also, James, Suda-san keeps crawling through the streets at night, mumbling stuff like Moe and I'm a cleaner. How do I get him to stop? The neighbors are becoming concerned. Generally, you can offer him beer or Joy Division albums, and he'll just kind of run off into the woods and enjoy those for a while.
That's very sweet about the stickers. Thank you. Ow, I hate the gun guys. Like trying to slice people up and some bozos shooting me from over here.
Yeah, the gun guy. Actually, I got some info on the official names of the different not the bosses, but the kind of more Goomba characters. They decided to get really creative with this stuff. The gun guy's name. Actually, I guess there's two types of gun guys. Their names are handgun and submachine gun.
Wow, so creative.
A lot of thought was put into the enemy naming. There's also some real pillars of creative thinking here, such as steel pipe and metal bat and martial arts.
Wow.
So.
About the chainsaw guy, I bet his name is Chainsaw.
His name is actually Daryl.
Oh, my bad.
No, it's Chainsaw, yeah. It's totally Chainsaw. It's in order from normal, there's normal, small, strong, and fat categories. The normal ones are steel pipe, metal bat, handgun, and submachine gun. Small is just double knife. Strong is martial arts and katana and beam katana, and fat is war pick and chainsaw. So again, absolutely zero thought or time put into naming these characters. I wasn't actually around at the time, but I do apologize.
I do like that they decided to give some of your enemies beam katanas in this game. Like, not only the goons, but also both Kimmy and Alice use beam katanas. Oops.
Yeah, Alice's beam katana is called the Asura 6, I believe. And I'm not sure if this is actually like official game lore or whatever, or if this is just something that Mitsuki told me about. But they decided that the whole background setting for her beam katana was that, just like Travis, it's not like some specially developed weapon that was customized for her or anything. She just got it at a normal beam katana store or whatever, I guess.
I mean, I guess that's kind of like Travis's first beam katana that he like won off eBay.
Yeah, he got his off of like an online auction or whatever. It's the same with Alice. She uses the same one that these regular kind of Goomba type guys have. It's named the Asura 6, but it doesn't really have any super special like boss-like features to it. Apparently, it's just it's the same one these other guys got. So I'm thinking maybe Travis kind of popularized it in No More Heroes 1, and a bunch of ne'er-do-wells in the general Santa Destroy area were like, oh shit, we can use this. And kind of jumped on the whole beam katana thing.
I'm trying to find a piece of pizza, and all I can find are magazines and batteries. And there is no pizza. Well, alright. So, we get a cutscene here with
She was called
mysterious nurse lady.
Could
she be?
She would chant her requiem. If you heard it,
you defeated the evil parking lot.
The mere sound of her voice would put ice in your veins. I know. I heard it myself once, from 100 yards away. The moment it touched my ear, I passed out for an entire week. If I'd heard it up close, I can scarcely imagine. Forget it. Let's talk about happier things.
Alright. So she gave us a little bit of a hint about Margaret there mentioning the sickle. Now we're in a grocery store. There's some pizza. Of course, there's pizza in the grocery store.
Treasure chest pizza is the best kind.
Special delivery.
I like to think of this level as like an old, mainly abandoned Kmart or something. Just a bunch of dudes running around with like knives and being katanas and handguns in the parking lot.
Is that what happens at the abandoned Kmarts?
That's just what I assume. I mean, I've seen some pretty dodgy and rough abandoned Kmarts in my time back when I lived in the States. Yeah, this is just what I, in my memory, this is what goes on there.
Do we know why they decided to put Margaret on top of a supermarket?
No, I've got a bit of info about Alice and her setting, which I'll say for later on, but I heard absolutely nothing about why Margaret was on top of the supermarket.
Just
I
chilling.
think that was probably just a completely random design choice, I think.
It's just where the cool kids hang out at the supermarket. On the roof of the supermarket.
Special delivery.
Yeah, all those abandoned Kmarts in the States these days, I just like to think that this is what's going on inside them at any given time. Just dudes running around slicing the shit out of each other with like using the cameras and steel pipes and stuff like that.
Of course.
Special delivery.
Gary View says they just want an excuse to have an excuse to the moon and play ice hockey. I'm honestly, that's probably exactly why they put it on the roof of the supermarket. They're like, hey, we can see the moon here.
Oh my god, let me go. Yeah, one thing in this game is that the enemies can grab you, which is the enemies actually, like, they can grab you and then the other enemies can like attack you. They can actually do like combos on you, which is pretty intense. They're a lot smarter in this game than they were in the first one. And also, they can like knock money out of you, which is annoying. Take my money. I need my money for t-shirts.
Jerry View says the game volume is a tad loud, by the way.
Alright, I'll turn it down a bit. Yep, in a
Thanks for letting
second.
us know.
You don't like hearing all these guys yell at you constantly? Alright, I turned it down a bit. Just let me know if you want me to go down anymore.
How's that sound to you guys? That's better, thanks. Awesome,
Okay.
thanks for letting us know.
Yeah, there's a lot of yelling in this game. Guys yelling at each other. As they do.
It's really nice of the pizza slices to do the courtesy of like levitating there for you. The neon lights around it, so you can totally. It makes it easier to find. You know, usually when I pick up pizza, eat off the ground, it's just kind of lying there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fine to eat pizza if it's floating. You shouldn't eat it if it's on the actual ground. But if it's just like floating, that's fine. Floating pizza is always okay.
When it's on the ground, that's just kind of gross. But like levitating neon lit pizza is just, you know you're gonna have a good time with that. Also, in case you guys haven't noticed yet, there's a rather long lead up to the to the boss fight in this part of the game. So bear with us. There's just a bunch of random dudes that need to get killed first before we can finally get to fight
We
the
are
boss.
almost there. Because we are hitting our toilet. Actually, I don't need to save. Well,
Oh, look at Maddie the badass here. Doesn't need to bother saving.
good enough. Except now I'm going backwards.
Jerry View says the 10-second rule doesn't apply to levitating pizza. Honestly, I rarely apply the 10-second rule to pizza of any kind, levitating or static. I mean, it's free pizza, so what are you gonna do? And Lake Toya VA, gotta bounce, guys. It was cool watching you guys. Can't wait till the next stream. Thanks a lot for coming by, and yeah, we hope you come check out the next one. We're not sure when it's gonna be or what it's gonna be yet, but
Okay, here
glad
we
you
go.
guys are here. Oh, here we go. Nice. Robin Atkin Downs, happy 15th anniversary. Robin Atkin Downs, thanks a lot. Thank you for your service, and thanks for showing up, buddy.
Wow,
You know this
Mr.
song?
Touchdown himself.
Nope.
How tragic. Then let me teach you. How beautiful it is.
Alright, so here we are in the fight against Margaret. She has scythe guns, and they are one of the most difficult things about this fight is that if you block her guns, they really drain your beam katana. So you honestly have to focus a little more on dodging, because otherwise you will, oh, we're getting shot in the face. Otherwise you will have no energy in your beam katana. And she is freaking fast, so one of the best things you want to do is you want to dodge toward her, because otherwise you will never catch up to her.
Margaret's sword is I'm not sure if this is like officially known, whatever, but the official name is Le Croissant d'Ange, which apparently means crescent moon of the angel, or angel's crescent moon in French. It was designed by Yusuke Kozaki, who has done a lot of work on the No More Heroes series. And as far as her sniper rifle, I've actually got no information on that whatsoever. But that's the name of her sword.
And obviously one of the most iconic things about her fight is the theme, her song Philistine, which is one of the few songs in No More Heroes to have lyrics.
Yeah, the song was sung by a woman named Nadia Gifford. The lyrics were written by Nobuhiko Sagara, who has done a couple songs for Grasshopper in the past, I believe. It was composed by Honda Lady versus DJ Hapio, and it was arranged by Jun Fukuda for the European and Japanese versions, and by Masahiko Hagio for the US version. Jun Fukuda has done a lot of work as well with Grasshopper Games and No More Heroes series. He did a lot of the arrangements and remixes for the No More Heroes 3 series, actually. Sorry, the No More Heroes 3 soundtrack as well.
Alright, she also has the ability to teleport, because of course she does. She gets up and starts sniping from this bulletin board. We just gotta get over here, get her to come down.
Well, for her teleportation ability, the dev decided that it was a bit of a big difference between the whole like melee combat and like her trying to snipe you thing. So they added the teleportation ability in, basically to make it a bit less jarring. She's like sniping at you or trying to like whack you in the face with a sword or whatever. They figured it'd just be easy if she was able to teleport far away to start shooting at you instead of just somehow like switching between battle modes in the middle of battle or something like that. Okamura Music Group, what's good? How's it going, you guys? This The Oklahoma music group here is they did the some of the music for Travis Strikes Again. Did some awesome work. Thanks a lot, you guys. Glad to see you here.
Including, of course, the fan favorite Itadakimasu.
Yeah. I'm
my
partial to
God.
that one myself.
Margaret, give me a break. My beam katana's dead. I need to go charge it. Yeah, seriously, play with motion controls. Like, you can't... What's the point in charging your beam katana if you don't get to wave your Joy-Con around suggestively? That's the whole point of this game.
I mean, obviously, you guys should totally buy all the versions possible, but
Right.
But you know, it's yeah, the motion controls are
Alright, Margaret, so we are almost finished. She's got one more little bar of health left. If she just keeps punching me in the face. Alright. Get you, Margaret.
another kind of not really relevant to gameplay or anything, but a little fun fact about Margaret in particular, the whole goth lolly aesthetic. They took inspiration. The designers took inspiration from a couple different sources, but mainly she was actually based on the character of Abby from NCIS.
Oh,
You guys have
interesting.
seen that.
Alright. Oh god, my beam katana is dead. Are you kidding me? That is, like I said, that's one of the hardest things about this fight is that even if you block her hits, they'll like just drain your beam katana entirely. Got a battery in there. Oh, I can't even open these because my beam katana's dead.
Yep, seriously, Abby from NCIS. I'm not making that up. That's actual
Here we
dev
go.
notes that I received, so that's true. They
Alright.
decided from really early on in development, that they wanted to have some kind of like gothly character, and before they actually kind of nailed down Margaret's specific character settings, they were like, all right, yeah, we're gonna take this Abby character and base something on her.
There we
So,
go.
yeah, where she came from.
Got her.
Ooh, nice.
Riveting melody, isn't it?
Catchy as hell.
Did you memorize the song?
100%.
That is so sublime.
Shibo.
Margaret dead.
That's what the kanji says, by the way. It says Shibo, which means dead. That's your Japanese lesson for the day.
One more down.
3 to go.
And of course, we get very classic Grasshopper moonshot. Grasshopper loves their big ol' moon.
Yeah, the song Philistine that Margaret sings. Originally, they didn't plan on having any lyrics to it. They just thought, okay, let's have a song composed that just somehow kind of matches with the whole goth lolly thing we're gonna go with. But about halfway through development, they decided, okay, we're gonna actually add lyrics so that we can have the whole Margaret sings while she kills dudes thing included. So yeah, the lyrics were not exactly an afterthought, but they were added later on. This is from something that again Mr. Ichiki told me. His source is past staff members who I contacted specifically for this. So thanks a lot for that, dude.
Alright, so now we are going to move on to rank 2, which is Alice Twilight, Margaret's sister. Let's do some fashion again, guys. This time we're gonna pick numbers because it'll be easier. So for our t-shirt, we need somewhere between 1 to 103. $51. Nice. I got that reference.
Some deep cuts there.
Alright, so our 51 is the Granzit. Whatever that says. I don't know. I don't know any. I'm sure these t-shirts all mean something, but. Alright, so then we're gonna need a bunch of numbers from. Oh, look, I have no jacket on this one. So we need like 1 to 10 for the rest of our wardrobe. So just throw out some numbers. Make them pink. 5. Alright, oh, we got the gold jacket. Four. Got the wah pants. Need a few more. 7. Oh god, we got the nerd glasses. He was looking so cool. 8.
You guys had to go and fuck it up. Thanks a lot, you
got
guys.
the dude wristband. Alright, now we just need the belt and shoes. I don't have 9 for belt. Do I have 9 for shoes? I have 9 for shoes, so we'll give him his casual shoes. Alright, one more. 7.
7.
You guys love the nerd look, don't you? Alright. You know, not bad. Not bad.
Could be worse, yeah.
I do like his gold jacket a lot, with like the tiger stripes on the arms.
That is a bitchin' jacket.
Yeah. Alright, we can knock over our trash can of tissues all over the floor. Okay.
Skeleton Praxis, how's it going? Okona Music Group says, I'm really happy for the direction Grasshopper has been going with community interaction. Thanks a lot. We decided that it was time to actually kind of give something back instead of just being like, hey guys, we're selling this now. Hey guys, we're selling this now. So we do tend to get super busy with all kinds of stuff every once in a while, and there can be a bit of delay in like getting back to messages and stuff like that. But we're trying our best. So thank you very much for your patience and your appreciation.
Alright, so at the beginning of this stage, we get this long walk along these rows of apartment buildings. This very fire-colored sky. I don't know if there was any other reason they put this in here.
I was told nothing whatsoever.
Alright.
My guess would be just trying to
Aesthetic.
kill time while they load up the next boss fight or something. While they load up the next level.
Big
Or
ol'
something
shot
like
of his face at the end.
just to take it all in. That's right. It does look pretty cool. I mean, and to be fair, they could have gone on a lot longer with that. So it's not like too overly long, which I appreciate.
Yeah, so we are. Alice is the rank 2 assassin. So she is the last one you fight before you go off against the final boss.
Alice is Margaret's sister. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not sure why I was told this, but I was told maybe it might be better not to mention this during the stream. But fuck it, I'm gonna mention it anyway. It was actually decided. It was a really late in development decision to make Alice and Margaret sisters. At first, they were just called Margaret, and then Alice was called Alice Moonlight. But Alice, since the Alice fight takes place during the evening, Suda decided that calling her Moonlight was kind of weird, and so they decided to go with Margaret Moonlight and Alice Twilight.
Oh my god, wait, shut up for a second. We got Tiger.
Which,
Yeah.
okay, here we go. Yeah,
Let's eat someone's face. So that's apparently the one they can't show in Japan.
yeah, the face eating, throat ripping part. They had to purposely kind of use a different camera angle for that because I believe a lot of people in Japan have personal trauma.
With tigers. It just
Tigers
happens
ripping
every
them.
day here. They're all over the place.
Yeah, I've had my throat ripped out by tigers like 6 or 7 times. It's bad.
Yeah, it's a real problem. This guy's turning into tigers and killing people. Okay, sorry, now you can continue.
I forgot what the hell I was talking about.
You're talking about how she was originally called Alice
Oh, yeah.
Moonlight.
Alice Moonlight and just Margaret. But yeah, so they decided to go with Margaret Moonlight and Alice Twilight. Just to sort of match up the times of day, the respective times of day during which you'd be fighting them. And they're like, oh yeah, by the way, let's make them sisters. Which, okay. So, that's how that whole setting came along.
That's honestly how a lot of stuff happens.
Yeah. Suda just kind of decides, we're gonna do this now. Yeah, alright.
So,
Tony asked, what's up, man? Thanks for coming.
yeah.
So what were we gonna say?
Oh, I was gonna say, I think people have like hypothesized that there was a connection to the human games, Moonlight Syndrome and Twilight Syndrome, but I think that's just a coincidence.
I
Maybe?
guess there isn't. I wouldn't say there's no connection whatsoever, but put really simply, they're the same characters. They're not like there's no connection with. How do I put this? This is really hard to explain. There's no connection, direct connection with Moonlight
There's no
Syndrome or
connection,
Twilight
but there
Syndrome.
is a connection.
I mean, it's not like they took some kind of inspiration or like carried over these specific settings, whatever, from Moonlight Syndrome or Twilight Syndrome. But the characters of Alice and Margaret, these were some of the first characters that to which Suda applied his kind of star system philosophy. I don't know if you guys are really familiar with Osamu Tezuka, the manga artist, but in his star system, he's got this star system thing going on where a lot of his different characters will appear in different series.
He basically treats the characters he creates like actors. So
Yeah.
he like casts them in different roles in his different manga.
Yeah, one of the I guess the bigger examples of this in Suda games would be Kamui. How this dude shows up like everywhere. Sometimes he looks completely different, he acts completely different, talks completely different, but it's always the same guy. But Alice and Margaret, they are characters from Moonlight Syndrome, Twilight Syndrome, back from the human days. But yeah, the characters they play in this game, if that makes any sense, have no actual connection to the characters from the other games.
So it's basically them, but like in a different universe.
Yeah. So yeah, that's yeah. Suda, he's really he's got a lot of respect for Osamu Tezuka and the whole star system thing. So there's a lot of characters that pop up in different Grasshopper games that you'll be like, oh hey, that's like the same name as that other guy, but he looks different. Or hey, this guy looks just like that guy, but his name is different. Or for example, you've got like Sumio Mondo and Sumio Kodai and like 94 different versions of Kamui popping up all over the place with like 16 different age levels and shit. That's the whole Suda system thing there.
Yeah. So basically, I think sometimes people try to like put together the like Grasshopper universe chronologically, or kind of thinking it's all in the same place, but it's more like an alternate universe kind of thing.
Yeah.
Rather than everything being connected directly.
So I'm not sure I should if I should answer this, but Erdor, what's up? It's okay, James. I need to ask, who allowed you guys to slip in slurs in the Silver Case 2425? I'm not sure if it'll be printable here in chat, but you have a specific example, or could you like kind of roundaboutly reference one of the ones you're thinking of?
Maybe I'm guessing it might be the R word.
Oh, okay.
Or I think
As-
also the F slur. I think both of those might be in the
Oh,
silver
okay,
case.
yeah. Well, put simply, as to who allowed us to slip slurs into it, nobody. I was, to be totally honest, I was pretty much given free reign to localize the stuff however I saw fit, however I wanted. There were a couple words, for example, like the ones mentioned here that got put in. That wasn't, I hope I don't have to explain this, but that wasn't due to any sort of personal agenda or like malice or anything like that. Just considering the way that the words, or the way that the text was written in Japanese, the time at which the game takes place, and the personalities of the characters themselves. Those sorts of somewhat, possibly questionable choices were all based on those factors. It wasn't like, hey, I'm gonna slip this word in there or anything like that. So, honestly, I hope I didn't offend anyone. At the same time, some of the characters are just kind of offensive people. Yeah, there's a lot of anti-heroes in Grasshopper games, if you guys may notice, and a lot of just straight up dicks as well.
Yeah, I think
I kind of try to reflect that as much as possible.
as much as we love Tetsu, he is a boomer,
Yeah,
and sometimes he's just a little behind on the times.
yeah, I've got a really complicated view on Tetsu. It's at the same time I'm like, I love that guy, and also, kind of fuck that guy. Depends on on the situation and to whom he's speaking and everything. But the choices he makes are sometimes a bit questionable. But yeah, I got really kind of like worried for a second. I thought maybe you meant like, I don't know, somebody slipped in like some racial slurs in there or something that I wasn't aware of. But the internet, huh? Fuck the internet. That's right, Tony Astro. Fuck the internet indeed. Except I guess without the internet I would be out of a job. So fuck the internet, but at the same time, thank you very much, internet.
Is this guy wearing a Haramaki? I think he is.
Oh, he's
I
mobile.
just cut him in half, but I'm pretty sure he was wearing a Haramaki.
Actually, I think there's a good chance he was. There's not a whole lot of the gameplay, or I guess none of the gameplay itself really, but some of the aesthetic choices and design choices and stuff in the game, as well as the title itself, took a bit of inspiration from a Japanese movie series called Jinji Natsu Tatakai, which I believe in English it's Battles Without Honor and Humanity. And basically a series of Yakuza movies. And one of the old school Yakuza stereotypes in Japan is they wear the Haramaki thing. Usually with some kind of like knife tucked in there or a bunch of dope or something like that.
If you don't know, a Haramaki is basically like it's like a piece of fabric that wraps around your belly. It's sometimes like translated as belly warmer.
Yeah,
It's like old Japanese grandpas wear them.
yeah.
And also Zoro from One Piece.
You generally see old dudes on their way to like the public bath or whatever wearing those. It hasn't really been hit for several generations now, but Dr. Gambos says, hey James, would it be possible to turn Maddie and yourself up? You guys are a little low compared to the game.
I will turn the game down again. I never know like how much I'm gonna end up adjusting it, so I never want to do it too much.
All right, how's it sounding, you guys? Does that sound a bit better?
You guys just yell so much. I'm trying to talk here, quit yelling.
But yeah, so the title of this game No More Heroes 2 Desperate Struggle. The Desperate Struggle thing was actually taken directly from the second movie in the Battles Without Humor and Honor and Humanity Battles Without Honor and Humanity series, which is called Deadly Fight in Hiroshima. The Deadly Fight part, which is Dole in Japanese, could be translated a number of ways. I'm thinking at the time when they decided to name it Desperate Struggle, they probably weren't aware that the official English title was Deadly Fight in Hiroshima and not Desperate Struggle in Hiroshima. But the Japanese title was taken directly from the second entry in that series as sort of an homage, I guess.
Desperate Struggle is a really cool title. And it's the only No More Heroes that they, well, I mean, Travis Strikes Again just kind of has a subtitle, but that's a different one. But No More Heroes 1 and 3 are both just straight. And 2, they're like, well, let's give this one a subtitle.
I mean, Travis Strikes Again, the subtitle there is actually kind of No More Heroes. So
Yeah.
it's kind of a different, I mean, it's obviously
Yeah.
the same series and stuff, but that's a bit of an outlier there, I guess.
I do think the Desperate Struggle is interesting because this game definitely gave Travis a lot of character development as far as his feelings toward being an assassin, because despite No More Heroes being a game about like dick jokes and just like slicing up guys, Travis is actually quite deep, and the way this game explores how he feels about killing and how he is kind of forced into this role and kind of stuck in it it's really interesting. And I think it honestly, a lot of what was put in this game carried on into Travis Strikes Again and No More Heroes 3.
Yeah, where the first game was kind of like, hey, look at this like kind of loser otaku dude who gets all badass and kills a bunch of dudes. This is kind of where they started really getting a bit, as Maddie said, a bit deeper into the themes of, you know, like revenge and killing and I guess you could say like the weight of killing, or the effect that, you know, not just killing but killing a whole bunch of dudes can have on a person, both with Travis and with Alice in particular. But
yeah, we'll get
yeah,
to the conversation that Alice and Travis have before their fight is a really good one, and I'm looking forward to going through that cutscene. Whoa. Okay.
Jerry Views 3 says 3 has a pseudo subtitle, right? All Out Galactic War, I think. I think Suda made a post where he wanted to name it that, but it was too long. I don't think that was ever necessarily like a subtitle. That was more of a I guess you could say like not a catchphrase, but how do I put this? Copy. That was kind of the, you know, the phrase they wanted to attach to like the advertising and the announcement and stuff. But yeah,
I love
think
this. We get a jazzy version of the theme at the end of this level that I really like. There's a lot. Oh my god, I'm lost. There's a lot of different versions of like the kind of main No More Heroes theme, and this is one of my favorites. The music of this game is really good. Okay, well. I swear I'm getting lost intentionally so you guys can listen to the music more.
we appreciate it. Thanks. So not really related to this game, but a little fun fact about No More Heroes 3 is one possible kind of pseudo subtitle that we did think about for about 5 seconds was Goddamn Superheroes, which I'm not sure if I should bring this up, but the whole Goddamn Superhero line from the original trailer, originally that was going to be, well, you know, it comes from a line where Fu says, I'm a goddamn superhero. Originally, it was going to be, I'm a motherfucking superhero. But play the blame game or bring up any names, but a certain publisher was like, hey, if we're going to be debuting this at our event, you're not going to be using that fucking word.
Honestly, I like goddamn better. I think it has.
Yeah.
I think it's because it's shorter. It has like a more of a punch to it.
Yeah, and in retrospect, I'm kind of glad that they stopped us. Well, I mean, to be fair, that they stopped me. That was my fault. I'm kind of glad that they stopped us because goddamn superhero it just does kind of sound better. It looks better
Does.
too.
And
think.
I
The logo's
love
pretty better.
the Switch
It does roll off the
version.
tongue.
The Switch version of No More Heroes 3 has a reversible cover where the inverse cover is like a kind of mock-up of a game called Goddamn Superhero and kind of like a I don't know
The
if it's like
old school Atari.
yeah, like an Atari style.
Yeah. I'm actually old enough to like have bought those games and played them when they were a thing. So. Dude Smith says, "Did you ever play Paradise?" Paradise, is that what's that?
Oh, do you mean the No More Heroes? Heroes Paradise?
Heroes
the
Paradise?
the PS2 version? Or PS3 version? PS2 version.
Yeah, I played Heroes Paradise. Yeah, one of like the 6 video games I've played in the past 15, 20 years or so.
I actually haven't played that one.
Maddie, you're fired. Get off the stream right now and let me take over.
The one I haven't played. Because it was basically No More Heroes 1, but then they added like extra boss fights from No More Heroes 2.
After Grambo says, I love how in TSA Travis gets to a point where killing is as instinctual as breathing to him, and you see how he becomes desensitized to it all throughout too. Yeah, he really does have. Again, you know, he's got this sort of. How do I put this? He just kind of looks like, you know, he's got this kind of otaku who happens to be a badass type thing going, and he's, you know, bloodthirsty and he's killing and stuff. But he really does have a lot of deeper stuff going on. He does grow a lot between the first game and No More Heroes 3. You know, obviously all kinds of stuff goes on with, you know, him, his family, his friends, his enemies, everything. But there's a surprisingly a lot of character progression, I think, and character growth and development with Travis as the series goes on.
Yeah, and I think especially people who maybe only played the first game or just are kind of only know No More Heroes from a distance, or other Suda games kind of might see them as a little more one-dimensional than they really are. But they're quite deep, and I think that's why when you talk to people who are big fans of the games, they have, you know, there's a reason why they're so important to us.
To be honest though, if you don't really care about stuff like character development and like deeper story and stuff, one of the good things about this whole IP is you really can play it
Yeah,
just to enjoy the whole, I'm gonna kick a bunch of ass.
That's
you know,
also true. Yeah, you can totally enjoy these games on a purely, like, just bloodthirsty level, which is also fine. Because that is fun. Like, I definitely, as much as I love some of the deeper stuff about these games, I also love just slicing up guys.
I'm not sure what this game's called in English, but there was a game for PS2 back in the day. It was called The One Chambara. Do you know this game, Maddie? It's one of it's what's called the Simple series or something like that. I think it was.
I mean, I know the name.
Basically, I think there was a couple sequels for it too. Basically, you're a well-endowed bikini girl who runs around just slicing up hundreds of zombies with like a sword, and that's pretty much the entire game right there. Sometimes it's fun to just run around and kill a bunch of dudes and have like jiggly boobs and stuff like that, and sometimes it's nice to sit down and enjoy like some actual like real, you know, character development and you know like interpersonal relationships and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
All right,
this game was pretty
we're going into the Alice fight now. I love how it has the pictures of the spiders for her too, because it looks like her beam katanas.
Travis touchdown, correct?
Yeah, that's me. The no more hero.
How unfortunate. Right when I'm about to reach the top, you have to find me. I was hoping we'd fight after I became #1.
Sorry to crush your dreams. I hate to do it, but I've got business with that son of a bitch. And I can't let you get to him first.
Please, don't think of me as a nuisance. But I will make sure your victory isn't easy. My pride is the second rank requires that much.
Honorable. I like that in a woman.
I've seen a lot in my journey up the ranks. An endless cycle of violence, now broadcast as a spectator's sport. Why, Travis? Why do so many assassins join if we are all going to end up killing each other in the end?
Does it really matter why?
To me, it does. It matters more than anything. We've all become trapped, don't you see? Addicted to the violence, to a life in the shadows. Once we join the ranks, we can never get out.
Don't be stupid. If you get tired of the battles, just fucking quit.
But that's why we all want to fight you, to learn your secret. Don't you get it?
Get what?
You are the crownless king, the one who got out. You reached the top, then walked away.
Well, I'm back now, aren't I?
With you it is different. You are the no more hero. Show me your passion. Release me from this cycle. Free us all in a crimson sea.
You asked for it. Bring it on!
I love that part when she when all her robot arms come out. But
It is
also
badass.
also the cutscene was kind of ruined by Travis's stupid glasses.
yeah, thanks you guys.
Oh my.
Okay, so she throws her beam katanas at us and we gotta dodge those or, you know, get hit by them.
Oh my.
What we wanna do is we wanna get close to her, which will lure her to do one of her attacks
Oh my.
where she comes down, tries to catch us, but we want to dodge out of that. We can give her a couple slices.
The Duke Smith is asking, oh yeah, James, I want to ask, but what accent does Alice have? Honestly, I can't hear the game audio right now, and I can't remember. So, Maddie, what would you say? What accent would you say she has?
Is she like Russian or something?
Honestly, I was given zero info on Alice's nationality or cultural background.
Like Russian or French? I don't know. I'm a dumb
It just
American.
says sounds
I don't know
Romanian.
what accents are.
Or like Eastern Bloc area. Yeah, let's say she's or Erdor says yeah, something Balkanish. Let's call her Balkanish. Alice has a Balkanish accent. Yeah. Balkan leaning.
And one thing about Alice too is she is really good at dodging. So even if you activate dark side mode, you might not be able to hit her because she's so freaking rolly.
Totally a word, by the way.
I really like this boss fight because she does fight kind of similar to Travis, so you have to be a little smarter about it. Or just like keep getting your ass kicked like I am.
I like how the whole jiggle physics thing even kind of carries over to Travis's entire body when he gets knocked on his ass.
Yeah, he's just a little wiggle boy.
Yeah, the jiggle physics thing. Again, as you guys may have noticed, it's not just the boobs, but Travis's hair, his entire body when he gets knocked down. It's a lot of stuff. I asked about that. So what's up with that? Is there a reason for that? Was it sort of like a Katamari Damacy style like mistake that they sort of decided to run with, whatever? And I was told that that came about because the engine they developed this on was actually an original engine that they created specifically for this game. And obviously, as one does, they started out with the boobs for the jiggling stuff, and realized, well, hey, this looks kind of cool. Let's see what else we can add this to, and added to stuff like Travis's hair, whatever. And yeah, they in true Grasshopper style, they just decided to see how far they could take it before it just got a bit overly ridiculous. So the whole jiggle thing, it's not like, you know, a mistake in the code, or you know, they didn't know how to use the engine properly, something like that. It's completely on purpose.
They were having fun.
And just because they decided, hey, let's fuck around a bit. And that was all.
I do, one of my favorite things is though his beam katanas on his waist that like move around, or like just swing in there.
Edward says, also, James, if Suda ever gets invited to the Game Awards as a guest host or a winner, do you think his acceptance speech will even be longer than Christopher Judge's, and what will he talk about? If he gets invited and makes an acceptance speech, there's a pretty good chance that I'm going to be interpreting, so I'll make it longer than Christopher Judge's. I'll pad the shit out of that speech. As far as what he will talk about, I have no idea. To be fair, it is fun, but one of the challenges of being Suda's interpreter is I never have, a lot of times I have no idea what the hell that dude is going to say or talk about, or
Reference.
talk about for
just starts
for 10,
referencing
15
a bunch of
minutes straight.
obscure things you've never heard of.
Yeah. that happens a lot, so honestly, I have no idea what he's going to talk about. The Duke says, James, were you at Reboot Develop Red in Alberta in 2019? I was not. I've never been to Alberta, unfortunately. Also,
Do you have a doppelganger?
I hope not for the doppelganger's sake, but I only officially joined Grasshopper Manufacture as a full employee this year. So up until then, I was acting as Suda's interpreter, not all the time, but most of the time, sort of on loan from my previous company. So the past few years, if it was GDC or PAX West or E3, I was generally there with him. Also stuff here in Japan, obviously, but when I was unavailable, he sometimes had an interpreter provided to him by the organizer of whatever specific event it was, or just hired someone else on a freelance type deal. So yeah, I don't know who that would have been. His real interpreter was music. All right, there we go.
Right, she is not cooperating. There we
Imagine
go.
if they had a secret half brother who dated Alice. That's totally a thing that could happen in a Grasshopper game, man. I'm half mad because he got me into Smash, because he caused me to get into Smashing Pumpkins. Hey, man, being officially being old, I got no beef with getting into Smashing Pumpkins. I mean, I'm assuming he's probably not watching this stream, so I'm gonna go ahead and say that Billy Corgan is kind of a dick, but Smashing Pumpkins is pretty awesome. So. By the way, just a bit of info on the cutscene we saw earlier with Alice burning those photos. Again, I'm not sure how well known this stuff is, but that was her burning photos of herself and her family. Kind of not only getting in preparation for the battle with Travis, but basically preparing to use this battle with Travis as sort of a, I guess you could say, a springboard into her new life, getting rid of her past. It hasn't been confirmed, but even among the devs and designers, but the consensus among the developers and the writers is that they were probably photos of her with her husband and kids. And this rooftop here where the battle takes place, this is also not confirmed, but again, the general consensus among the writers, devs, designers is that there's a high possibility that this is the rooftop of the apartment building where Alice, until recently, lived as just a regular woman with her husband and kids. That's right, killing the past is one way to put it, to coin a phrase that I totally thought of just now. Sort of murdering the before stuff. This says, so respect for Suda for being in the blur before gorillas existed. Again, I'm officially hella old, so I would also like to take credit for being in the blur before gorillas existed. I was there, man. Not as old as Suda technically, but still old enough to be considered officially old. And remember when Blur kind of came up. For a second, I thought James was Walter Sobchak from The Big Lebowski. I've been getting that for about 20 years now, and I'm not mad at it, honestly. I could be called a lot worse.
Not dodged far enough. Alright, we're getting there. So you got one more little square left.
James, are you the only one here who gives a shit about the rules? Actually, I'm not sure. I mean, I'm not a very rule shit about giving.
Is that a Big Lebowski reference?
That's okay.
Just going
Shit,
with it.
I feel like a total dumbass for not picking up
Alright,
on
here
that.
we goes the cutscene.
You are incredible.
Sorry, it's
Everything
super
I
early
hoped
here for me.
Tell me your name.
Promise me you won't forget. There once was an assassin named Alice.
I won't forget. Alice.
Oh no, it's not registering. Ah! There we go. Yeah, you say it's super early here. It's like almost 11. It's
Well, like
after
I said,
it's after 11.
it's
Not
early for
that
me, man.
early.
It's Sunday.
You are
It's
now
like it's not
officially
even like I mean
ranked
it's
second.
like the crack of 11:20 a.m. here.
See that?
Oh, I think your audio got muted.
Was a battle. Look at this
Is
blood.
it just me?
We humans are
No,
alive.
I'm not talking because it's a
Even if we
cutscene.
are assassins.
Oh, okay.
Doesn't matter if it's a video game.
I was looking at the
movie,
wrong screen, to
drama,
be honest.
anime,
Sorry.
manga. We're alive. People shed blood and die. This isn't a game. You can't just selfishly use death as your tool. This is Alice's blood. I bet you've already forgotten she existed. Same way you would have forgotten me. And that's why I'm tearing down the UAA.
Are you done bitching? You could never shut down the association. Fighting to be the best is human nature. It's evolution. Who are we to try and stand in its way?
Fuck that. I want to be a hero by my own standards.
You need to wake up, Travis.
Take your own goddamn advice.
Alright, and there. It's Alice Twilight. Again, the cutscenes, the very poignant cutscenes ruined by Travis's big nerd glasses.
Thanks a lot, you guys.
Yeah, oh no, yeah, I'm playing on Switch. Yeah, I don't know. Cutscene worked, so maybe that was your problem. All right, cool. Well,
Maddie
that'll
blaming the players.
yeah, as I do. You just gotta be really good like me, and then everything works. Yeah, so that'll do it for this stream. That was Margaret Moonlight and Alice Twilight. Is there any like lingering questions or anything you guys have?
Erdor says, when will you invite voice actors about their performances? That's a good question. I'd love to talk to some of the voice actors. We'll think about that.
Yeah, I mean Travis popped in here earlier, so
I'm assuming and hoping it was the actual real life Robin. If
yeah.
it was, awesome. Thanks
I mean,
a lot for coming.
he's been
by again.
retweeting like all the anniversary art. He's like a really cool dude, and obviously loves his role as Travis. So
Yeah, he really has been nailing it for years with Travis. I appreciate that dude. Let's see what else we got here. Oh yeah, James, have you ever asked Suda if he loved blondes? Almost every girl character in his games that's important is blonde most of the time. Um, I mean, being two dudes that share beers and stuff every once in a while, we have talked about stuff like, uh, you know, aesthetic preferences and whatnot, and that actually hasn't come up. So I think that's probably honestly just kind of a coincidence. But I can ask him and see what he says. He might tell me to piss off. He might
I
give me
mean,
some really
though
deep,
honestly, I think
funny
of
answer. But
he does have a lot of blonde characters. Sylvia, Bad Girl, Juliet, but there's also a lot of non-blonde characters. I mean, Alice had pink hair. I guess Margaret had blonde hair. But
I mean,
like,
honestly, 80% of the reason we hired Maddie is just her hair
that's
color.
how I got my job.
It's like, oh yeah, she can also play games and speak Japanese too, whatever. But look at that blonde
Mostly
hair.
the
But
blonde thing. That was like 98% of it, and the rest
yeah,
was all yeah. What can I
so
say?
Maddie, where'd you get your Letterman jacket?
This is actually a Stardew Valley jacket from Fangamer. I love Stardew Valley. You can't really see it. I don't know how to show stuff to the camera, but yeah, it's a Stardew Valley, and it's actually a sweatshirt. It's really cozy though. So
How much did they pay you to bring that up on live stream here?
$1 million.
You're getting royalties, aren't you?
Yep. The only reason I talk about anything is because I get paid for it.
Minty Fresh is be right back going blonde and learning Japanese. Um, honestly, that can get you pretty far in this country. It kind of depends on the uh, the industry you decide to join, but that yeah, that can get you relatively far. Um, Trinity Bringer says, I mean, Maddie does look like Bad Girl. Any comments on that, Maddie? Is that on purpose? Were
Uh,
you born like this on purpose,
well,
or
no, I stole her identity about a year ago, so thank you. I'm trying my best.
constantly just whacking people with baseball bats? That's Maddie.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I do in my spare time.
Jerry View says, I just assume Bad Girl is based on Maddie. So we've got let's go ahead and make this canon because who's gonna stop us? Let's just say that yeah, Bad Girl was indeed based on Maddie, and Travis Touchdown was indeed based on me, who was in turn based on Walter Sobchak from The Big Lebowski. So that's
All true,
that's
all
how these
true.
characters work.
100%.
Totally true. Swear you guys. Dr. Grambo says, "Do you guys have a stream schedule, or are you still working it out?" Honestly, we don't have a set schedule just yet. As a lot of you may have noticed, we kind of just started up the whole, hey, let's actually use our social media thing recently, and to be honest with you, it's basically myself and Maddie and like one other dude who are taking care of all this social media related stuff right now, the Twitch, the Twitter, Instagram, putting the videos together and all this stuff. So we've got a lot on our plate and are kind of juggling a whole bunch of different things at once. So hopefully in the future, hopefully in the near future, we'll have a more regular schedule set up for streaming and stuff. But at the moment, it's kind of based on okay, what are we able to do right now? When are Maddie and I going to be able to get our schedules to match up? Um, yeah, it's there. We're still kind of in the early stages of getting all this stuff sorted out. So
Yeah, yeah, and also, by the way, I'm only part-time at Grasshopper, so I still got a full-time job going on aside from this, so
yeah,
um,
Maddie could be just completely cut off at any moment now. Just
it's true.
I could have a bad day and be like, Maddie, get out of my face. You're fired. So I'll try not to though. I try to be fair.
Yeah.
But right. Mindy Fresh 360 says props to the other dude. I'm hoping he doesn't have a problem with me bringing him up in chat. But the other dude is Mr. Araki, who is our video production dude. If you ever watched the very special episodes of the Dev Room, he's the dude who you can hear. He's the dude who's filming, and he's the dude who you can hear interviewing the various devs and employees at Grasshopper.
Yeah, he's
It's
he's
that dude.
also he's also really active on Twitter, so you can find him there.
Yeah, that dude honestly works his ass off. I don't know how he gets all this stuff done, but he was responsible for all the videos that we put up, all the cool effects and editing and all that stuff. That's pretty much all that dude. So thanks a lot, Alex Down.
Yeah,
We
yeah, he
appreciate you, dude.
rocks. He does a lot. All right.
Um, Maddie, you got anything you want to add, or are you pretty much good
Yep,
to go
I think
now?
I think that about covers it. I think you can wrap it up now.
All right. So we're gonna wrap this up now. As someone mentioned earlier, we have been trying to be a bit more active on social media and get as much interaction with fans and players and stuff in as we can. Um, Again, we are ridiculously busy with a whole bunch of stuff at once usually, and also as she mentioned, Maddie's still only part time, has a full on unrelated full time job on top of all the Grasshopper stuff. Um, I have like 5 different roles that I'm playing at Grasshopper myself.
Yeah,
So
yeah. We
we
are an indie company,
yeah,
so
we can be
a little
late
different.
getting back sometimes, and we have slight periods of just kind of disappearing here and there. I apologize for that. We're gonna try our best. It's mostly my responsibility. It's not Maddie's fault. I'm gonna try my best to make sure that we get as much interaction as possible.
Yeah, nothing my
Um,
fault. Anything that sucks, ask ask James.
yeah, I have no shame and no real sense of responsibility, so I'll go ahead and take all this shit you guys have
Yeah.
thrown at me. That's fine.
Yeah, but
Um,
thanks so much for coming though. Had a blast. Hope you learned some stuff. I think we definitely had a few things that were new information, so
any more questions you guys might have about the game or about our stream or anything at
no,
all?
don't ask for
Go
more
ahead.
questions. We're wrapping up.
No. I was
We
gonna say,
already
just go ahead
asked
and
for
toss them to us
questions.
no, toss them to us on Twitter because we're leaving
Oh,
now. I'm
okay,
going back to
okay,
bed. So
okay.
any more
All right.
questions you guys have, put them up on Twitter, and we'll try to get back to you as much as we can. So thanks a lot, everyone. Yeah, thanks again for coming. This has been Jameshopper Maddiefacture with Road to Boss Fight. No More Heroes 2, Margaret and Alice version. Have a nice weekend. Have a nice evening, morning, wherever you're at, and hopefully see you again next time.
All right, see you guys. Bye.